Hey, it's January 8th, and I'm 2 months on testosterone. I went and got my third box of Androgel today. I've had a lot of changes since I last updated. For one thing, my stomach has gotten really hairy. Like, I didn't have any sort of stomach hair, noticeable stomach hair, before I started testosterone, and I don't think that this will show up at all. But I've got, like, hair here and here. I don't know. Um, I also have chin hair, which just light, wispy hair, but long. Like you can't see. I also just shaved. I did start shaving with a non-electric razor this month. Um, I updated my blog about that. I mostly am actually going to be um, talking about my transition and posting regular updates about my transition on my blog. The only reason I'm continuing to make videos is I know that the YouTube community really helped me when I started transitioning, and I still use it to sort of compare where I'm at to the other people that I know on YouTube. And I also am making updates to listen to my voice. And yeah, my voice has changed a lot, I think. Um, I this is like my normal range, the way I talk. Um, I'm not doing anything to make it sound lower, and I can feel it. It feels different, which is interesting. I'm I love the changes that are happening, but I'm wondering and like kind of worrying that I'm going to end up this really hairy, deep voice, like scrawny short guy, and that'll be weird because I want to be more muscular and everything. My face has changed a lot. That as far as my friends have said that um, I am passing a lot, but mostly as a young boy, which is not surprising. Um, the major things that have happened this month have been social. For instance, like I've dated girls pretty much since I was 16, and I know what it's like. Like I'm used to being perceived as a lesbian, and I've noticed a definite difference in the way my current girlfriend and I are perceived when we're out. We're definitely not perceived as lesbians. We're seen, like, assumed to be a couple and assumed to be a heterosexual couple. And and as a result of that, I've been receiving a lot of heterosexual privilege. And that's really strange for me. I've been queer. I've been out as queer since I was 14. So I'm used to being stared at and people wondering what my gender is and people not really assuming that I would date anyone or assuming that my relationships are different or perceived as different, but to be regarded as just sort of like to be blending in and just sort of like seen as normal is really weird for me. And that's not just with strangers. I came out to my grandparents as trans, like I'd told them before, but that I was taking testosterone, and suddenly they were more interested in my relationship, and like my relationship, which they had known about before, was like perceived as okay because I explained like, yeah, I'm still dating Kelly, and or I don't know if they necessarily knew about Kelly before, but I'm still dating a girl, but she's straight, and she calls me Zach and calls me he and doesn't have any problem with it, and they're just like, oh, like what does she do? What is she like? And they had never asked questions like that before. And I've only been with Kelly about 2 months. And I was with my last serious girlfriend for about a year. And they never asked about her. So it's really weird, but like kind of nice, but also kind of frustrating because I'm like, hey, I still identify as queer. and I don't want you to like me better because I'm more normal, which I don't even think that because I'm trans and I don't know, that's still like queer to me. Um, I also have been experiencing a lot of challenges with being perceived as male but not having been socialized as male and things like that. And I talk about a lot of those things on my blog. So I would like to encourage people, if they want to hear more about the social aspects of transitioning or my thoughts on transitioning, to actually look at my blog, which I'll post the link again, but it was also in my last video because I think it's actually more helpful. Anyway, so that's 2 months. I'll update next month so you can hear my voice and see what I look like and everything.